Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, when I uploaded this video on Venus's transit in the Scorpio, I briefly talked about like certain combinations which can make someone lucky enough for some lottery win, sudden speculative wins and all. Then a lot many people have been asking me, so I just thought we can have our discussion on the kind of alignments, the kind of activity periods which can facilitate or can give someone a strong chance for winning a lottery. And guys, just to add some more layer or just make this topic a little bit more spicy, I will also try to talk to you on the basis of all the rising signs as well, that okay, for this specific rising sign this planet can actually create a yoga, can create a combination. So we will have our discussion on that. So guys, to begin with, definitely when we talk about something to do with the lottery win, in astrology, in your ascendant chart, we have to give attention to your fifth house. And that also makes sense as well, because the whole concept or system of lottery is that it is a money pooled by the whole public, and they tend to remain one guy who in a lucky draw end up winning the major pool of the amount. So we know that in our astrological chart, fourth house represents public, and second to it is the money of the public. So that is the only reason whenever it comes down to the lottery win or in someone's chart and all, we always have to give attention to the fifth house. And the good part is that it is also opposite to the 11th house as well. So for someone to have major planets concentrated in the excess of the fifth house and the 11th house could actually stand a chance. Apart from that guys, when we talk about which other houses could be responsible for that, so definitely guys, you would have understood that okay, you need to have a strong 11th house for any wish fulfillment. Second house, in any case, if it is in your destiny to be rich in whatsoever form, so second house has to be involved over there. Now comes the game changer. Like the game changer, if I were to say, that is the 8th house. Now guys, out of all the misery which 8th house can bring in your life, all the kind of scandals, allegations, psychological turmoil, backstabbing, all these kind of pain. In short, 8th house can also be described and packaged as this is the house of the pain. So I mean to say, apart from all of those signification, somehow this house also has got this beauty that it can suddenly turn around your life, and which could happen financially as well. Like the way guys, when we talk about any of the Dushtana Bhava, like any of the malefic houses, 6th house has definitely got a lot of difficulties attached to it. 12th house is all like it is just out there to take things from you rather than to give you something. But it's the 8th house, irrespective of, and that is the only reason guys, when we talk about people who are strongly ruled by 8th house, these are among those people who you would never, if you are not a spiritually elevated person, if you do not live your life with the divine universal principles of faith, optimism and mindfulness and believability, so I'm sure that you would have seen all those kind of cases that okay, this guy, he's a shame, disgrace for the family, for the society, and in a short span of time you got to know that okay, that person quit alcohol, he quit all those kind of unethical activities and completely transformed his life. So those kind of transformation which could be connected with wealth, sudden wealth accumulation, could be somehow connected with the 8th house contribution as well. So okay guys, now you got to know that for someone to stand a chance for these kind of sudden big sum of money through lottery win, primarily the main house of that is the 5th house. I also give you logic for that. Supporting factor to it is the 11th house, is the 8th house, is the 2nd house. Now we understood all of that. Now guys, over here I will not say that it has to be the planet Rahu, it has to be planet Mercury. It's not like that. Houses becomes the most important. Like, and in any case, see, Rahu can act as a triggering factor, but I would still say that if you actually want to understand this whole concept, start first from the basis of the houses. Now definitely guys, after that comes the role of the is there a yoga in your chart or not? Is there that kind of promise in your chart or not? Let's say for example, let me give you certain examples. Like if you have your ascendant lord well placed in the 8th house, if your ascendant lord is very well placed in the 5th house, if your ascendant lord is placed in the 11th house, or you have got some sort of dhan yoga, wealth, financial abundance, prosperity kind of yoga. Like your second house lord is placed in the 11th house, your 11th lord is placed in the second house, or they both, second and the 11th lord, are conjunct in like trine house, then we can say that okay, your chart is somehow eligible for those kind of triggering factors. Again guys, I always say the same thing. You would not believe how many times I have seen that if you do not have that promise in your chart, no matter how consistently, diligently you are trying, there will be those instances when things will be in front of you, still you will not be able to get it. They will slip from your hands right from the 11th hour, right from the very close brink to it. So I mean to say, whatever I just mentioned over here, that gave us this insight that okay, my chart is eligible for these kind of, for standing a chance for these kind of sudden unexpected bountiful of the money coming to me. Now guys, definitely after that, all these combinations which we have discussed, they get activated only in their dasha. So guys, the best thing is that if you will find that you are running very favorable dasha, like I mean to say, you are running a dasha which is somehow activating your 8th house. Now guys, the beauty of the 8th house is that now the planets are hard bent on giving it to you. Now a lot many times it comes to our mind that okay, people say that I have this yoga for being famous, I have this yoga for being wealthy. See, I'm just working as an accountant, there is no scope, is it a joke? But if you are prominently ruled by 8th house, trust me, surprise miracles do happen. I always say this thing that see, 9th house is the house of faith. If there is one house in our chart which is the house of the miracle, that is the 8th house. So generally it has been seen that if in any form your Mahadasha and Antardasha has activated your 5th house, 8th house, 11th house in a combination, if these houses are activated, so that can actually make you eligible for these kind of gains that I have generally seen in my research. Now guys, after that comes the question. After answering this, then we will shift to all the rising signs individually. So now comes the question guys, that what can you do? So my recommendation is that see, there are like certain nakshatra when you are buying a lotto ticket and all, which are very harmonious for that. Like we know this thing that Dhanishtha, we can call it Rohini, we call Purva Falguni, certain nakshatra like Purvabhadrapada as well, or so these are the nakshatra which hold this capacity. But more than that, over here I would say that you have to make use of the Navtara concept. So then the most important is the nakshatra which is second to your Janam Tara, to your moon nakshatra, the Sampat Tara. So somehow that planet which has got a rulership of those three nakshatra will be in a state to grant you that. Along with that, the Vedhana or the Tara which is responsible for the attainment, that could be responsible for that. So basis that you can get to know. But generally what I have seen is that if your chart is eligible in the transit, in the activated dasha, your 11th house, your 5th house, your 8th house is somehow activated, then you should be doing that. Then I would say that there's nothing harm in trying your luck. And I would say that the right time for buying those tickets and all, I already told you about that, when the transiting moon is in the second nakshatra, planets, nakshatras from your Janam Tara, from your moon Tara, that could be considered. Okay guys, now after that, let's briefly look at that for all the rising signs, which I would say planetary combination could be responsible for that. So guys, if I were to say for the Aries Lagna, so definitely guys in your case, because somehow for the Aries Lagna natives, Mars, their ascendant lord in itself, has got a rulership of their 8th house. So, and nothing would be better than that. If in Aries Lagna's chart, you will find that there is a conjunction of Mars or Sun anywhere. This could be Mars and Sun are conjunct in the 10th house. They are conjunct in the 11th house. That will be a very strong combination. Like I would say that Mars and Sun are conjunct in the 2nd house. That could make your chart strong, potent enough for that. Now guys, when we talk about the just wait guys, okay, so guys, after this, now when we talk about the Taurus native, Okay, so for the Taurus natives, definitely guys, in your case, I would say somehow Mercury holds this potential to grant you that. Because in your case, second house is the house of your money, the money which you will make, you will save, and the same planet has got a rulership over the fifth house as well, which is the house of the speculative gains. Now again guys, over here now you will be saying this thing, that why I did not mention Jupiter. Because Jupiter has got a rulership over the 8th house and the 11th house. I also mentioned that these two houses are equally important, but I would still say that Mercury in a purest form is capable enough of giving it to you, because money and the speculation, luck in speculation is being controlled by the same planet. So for the Taurus natives, any good combination, Mercury making, like why to go far? Mercury is placed in its own sign, either in the second house or the fifth house. You could stand a chance, and Jupiter will act as a triggering factor. So any combination of Mercury, Jupiter, and Rahu in the Dasha sequence could make you eligible for that. Now guys, when we talk about the Gemini natives, so guys, in the case of the Gemini natives, I already have made a video, like a parody video on the Gemini. In their case, it's the thing is that in the Gemini case, the second house is being ruled by their inimical sign, 11th house is being ruled by their inimical sign. Saturn has got a rulership over there, but Saturn again has got a rulership over the 8th house and the 9th house. So there's a lot of dharma, slowness attached over there. Venus has got a rulership over the 5th house, but it has also got a rulership over the 12th house. So my recommendation is that slightly, if there is a planet which could make Gemini Lagna natives eligible for standing a chance, slightly it could be Venus, and the game changer is the Rahu, because Rahu is good for their rising sign, their Lagna. So Rahu and the Rahu, Venus, Saturn somehow holds this capability. Now guys, when we talk about the Cancer natives, so definitely guys, in the case of the Cancer Lagna natives, I would say this thing that in their case as well, because Mars is a very auspicious planet for them. And Cancer Lagna natives, in their case, it has been generally seen that, you know, when they get married and all, they gain a lot through the marriage, through partnership, through relationship. Cancer Lagna natives might be complaining all the time, oh, I'm not happy with my marriage, my partner is so serious, so dry, does not care about my feelings. You will all the time get to know this from Cancer natives. They are very sweet, they are very tender, but somehow, because you know Saturn and Ketu, wherever they are, it's always a matter of concern and problems for us, no matter how good partner they have got. But yes guys, when we talk about for the standing a chance in speculation, Mars could be a game changer for them. Any conjunction of Mars and Sun in their chart, like nothing would be better than that. If you're Cancer Lagna and you have Mars and Sun in the 10th house, like Sun exalted and Mars also conjunct with it, it could create this combination. Now guys, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, definitely pure case of Jupiter, because Jupiter has got a rulership over your 5th house and the 8th house. Jupiter in a good combination, in a good Dasha sequence, see, eligibility is that it has to be first of all well placed. It should be supporting that, and if it is well placed in the chart, like it is placed in the ascendant, it is placed in the 9th house. So if it is well placed in the chart, and any of the Dasha period where Jupiter and Mercury and Rahu are coming in a sequence, that could give them this chance. But yes, if I were to pin or point out for the Leo natives, it's the Jupiter which can give them that chance. After that guys, when we talk about for the Virgo Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, if you will see over here for the Virgo Lagna natives, we have to give attention to their 8th house. Over there you will find the energy of the planet Mars, which is not a very auspicious planet for them. If you will look at their 5th house, you will find the energy of the planet Saturn. Saturn also has got a obligation for the 6th house to help you with the removal of your karmic debt and any of the debts which you owe. Because lottery win is like, you know, half of the world's problem is connected with money, it's connected with the wealth. Trust me, if someone comes to you and say that, okay, I have medical issues, and if he has money to pay the hospital bills, that is still not that big problem. But there are those people out there in the world who are just in pain, and even irrespective of being afflicted with disease, they do not even have money or resources to afford that treatment. Now that is the actual problem. So I mean to say, guys, if I were to say for the Virgo natives, guys, in your chart, I'll be very upfront honest with you, there is no such typical one planet could be responsible for that. There has to be multiple of the combinations in the chart which could trigger that or facilitate that. I want to be very honest. That's a different case. If in your chart, like you have a conjunction of Venus and Saturn, that could facilitate that, but still the possibility is not that strong. I would still say this thing. Now guys, when we talk about the Libra natives, so definitely guys, I will say the same thing what I said for the Aries, for the Libra as well. A part of your ascendant is being ruled by the 8th house, the same planet as well. So I mean to say, you definitely have a strong possibility, strong chance to stand a chance for any lottery wins or something. And it's the Venus which is responsible for that. And over and above that, guys, in your case, Saturn also is capable of that, because Saturn is purely ruling the two houses, like one house of public and second house of public's money. And again, before even coming to that, it's just like that, your chart in itself, it's like the DNA of your chart is making you eligible. So I would say that any conjunction in the Libra Lagna's chart of Saturn and Venus could grant them that in supporting Dasha, in supporting transits. Now guys, when we talk about the Scorpio natives, so guys, for the Scorpio natives, definitely in your case, I would say this thing that if I have to pay attention to your chart, in your case, Jupiter has got a rulership over the second house of the money, finances, and fifth house of speculative wins. So for the Jupiter Lagna people, a well placed Jupiter has got this key. I would say that if Jupiter is well placed, like it's placed in the second house in its own territory, it is well placed in the fifth house. Along with that, the triggering factor, like Mercury comes in any sub period, Antar Dasha, Pratantar Dasha, and transit is also supportive. You are investing in that direction. There's some promise which you have in your chart that could deliver that. But primarily, on a very first look, I would say is the planet Jupiter. Now guys, when we talk about for the Sagittarius natives, for your rising sign Lagan, so definitely guys, in your case, you have to see this thing that if I were to pay attention, in your fifth house you'll find the energy of the planet Mars. Mars also has got a rulership over your 12th house as well. And if I were to see the condition in your 8th house, now I'm seeing some hope over here in the 8th house, because in the second house that is Saturn, and it has got a rulership over your third house as well, and it is kind of like mediocre with your ascendant Lord Jupiter. But yes, Chandra Mangal Yuti is considered as a very good Lakshmi yoga, Moon and Mars conjunction. So for a Sagittarius Lagna, if they have Moon and Mars conjunction in some good houses in their chart, like why to go very far, like if you have that combination in your second house, your Mars is going to be exalted, and Moon is also going to be, and if Moon is placed in the Shravan Nakshatra in the Capricorn in the second house, this could be a good combination for that. But yes guys, Mars and Moon hold this key to make you eligible enough for standing a chance in supporting Dasha, auspicious Dasha, and in combination with the transit. Now guys, when we talk about the Capricorn natives, definitely guys, in your case, if I were to pay attention, in your case in the fifth house, you'll see the energy of the planet Venus. So Venus has got a rulership, being a Yogarak planet. It has got a rulership over your 5th house and the 10th house. If I were to look at your 8th house, Sun is not a very friendly, definitely not a friendly planet for you guys at all. So, and even if I were to pay attention to your 4th house, that energy is also not that very favorable. So guys, all what I can say is that to an extent, any conjunction of Saturn and Venus in your chart could be responsible for that. Because see, the thing is, in your case, if your chart has some promise, it will be delivered for sure, because it's the ascendant's promise. So ascendant has got a same accountability to give you the answer and settlement in the matters of your household. Whatever betrayal, whatever support, or whatever you will get in terms of your finance, family, wealth, you have earned it by yourself. This could be in this lifetime, this could be in past so many lifetimes. But yes, and Saturn and Venus conjunction could be an answer to that, or could give you or make you stand a chance in that direction in supporting Dasha, transit and all. Now guys, if you are Aquarius Lagna, beyond doubt guys, for Aquarius Lagna, in your case, 5th Lord and the 8th Lord become the planet Mercury. So out of all those combination, and guys, in your case, Aquarius Lagna actually have got some very beautiful alignments in the chart, because Jupiter in a way is ruling their second house of money, 11th house of opportunity, and Mercury is ruling 5th house of speculative gain and 8th house of earned income. Now the case is that, okay, Jupiter and Mercury are not friends at all, and their conjunction is not considered as that bad or that good, but in certain cases for the Aquarius Lagna, it could facilitate or pave path towards that. Now again guys, a lot is dependent on how the whole chart is aligned. Is the chart is aligned for some sudden speculative ripple effect and sudden gains and all? So first of all, that promise, that kind of capacity and potential, there has to be in the chart to deliver that. Rest we have to then see other things. So I would say that if you have this like Jupiter and Mercury involved in any form through aspect, getting activated in the Dasha, well placed either individually as well, but making a connection with each other, could actually be capable enough of giving that. So for the Aquarians, I would say they are very lucky contender. And lastly guys, for the Pisceans, so definitely guys, in your case, if you will see over here, in your second house, you will see the energy of the planet Mars. Mars has got a rulership over the 9th house as well. So yes, there is a lot of idealism which is now attached. We look at the 5th house, it is moon, it is fluctuating, but it is positive for what we are trying and what intent we are looking at the chart, because somehow in the public and all, moon somehow has a say over there. In the original Kal Purush Kundi, that is the only reason 4th house of the moon and the Cancer is attached with it. So the same energy falls in your 5th house of speculative wins. And now you have like Venus energy in your 8th house. So I would say guys that individually moon, if it is placed in some supportive nakshatra, like let's say for example your 5th lord is placed in the 2nd house in the Bharani nakshatra, or even if it is placed in the Rohini nakshatra in your 3rd house as well, it still holds this key. And I will not say the Dhanishta, because see the Dhanishta part, if it is falling in the 11th house in the Capricorn, it is still fine, but it is the, if the Dhanishta side is falling in the Aquarius, again it will be useless, because then it is going to be in the 12th house. So yeah guys, moon individually a very benefic, well guarded, as per the Tithi, as per the Pakshpal, a very strong moon holds this key to grant you that. So yes guys, this topic just came out of nowhere, like when I was making this video on Venus's transit in Scorpio, the thoughts which were coming to me and in the comments and the direct messages, I thought, okay, let's have a talk on this topic as well. Obviously, who doesn't want to win a lottery and all? So, but yeah, if you win a lottery and before emailing your boss for the resignation or for quitting the job, do check the numbers properly, okay? So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyawad.